1 month ago, a man with nearly 200,000 TikTok followers did the unthinkable and came third in the West Midlands mayoral race. His name is Akhmed Yakoob, and he gained nearly 70,000 votes, with 56,000 coming from Birmingham alone. He is now standing to be the next MP for Ladywood in Birmingham by unseating Labour's Shadow Justice Minister Shabana Mahmood. Why? Because she abstained on a vote for a ceasefire in Gaza back in November. And recent polling shows that he could potentially win the seat here in Ladywood, Birmingham. But can he deliver? We're here to find out. People see you on social media. Last time I checked, you have nearly 200,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
Some people might have a particular image about you based on what they see on social media, the cars, the chains sometimes, even the glasses, like, is that an accurate...
I don't wear chains.
But is that an accurate reflection of you as a person who's standing for Parliament?
Look, I worked hard to buy cars.
Right.
I worked hard. I like to dress good. I like to look after myself. But that doesn't take away the fact that I've got a heart.
Right.
That cares for other people. So would you rather have someone who's worked hard, made his own money, buys his own car, doesn't rely on the taxpayers' money?
We headed to Alum Rock, a new addition to the Ladywood constituency, to speak to voters on what they think about Akhmed Yakoob.
Who will you be voting for in the next election?
Definitely Labour.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what made you want to vote for Labour?
Because since last 10-15 years I'm living here, so I'm watching the conservatives. So they have increasing the tax day by day, and they're making the life tough for the people.
We're on the campaign trail with Akhmed Yakoob. He's a very, very busy man. Let's try to catch him up. How do you respond to kind of some of your critics who say that the Tories have been in power for 14 years? Mm-hmm. This country needs a Labour government, but
I'm going to break the Labour government.
Because also...
That will be...
Labour has also designated this area as a battleground seat.
The Tories will never win here anyway.
Yeah. And what message are you trying to send to Labour by standing, or getting all these other people to understand as independents?
Don't take us for granted.
Yeah.
Don't take us for granted.
Are you going to be voting in the next election?
No.
Why?
Because I don't trust any of them. Their policies, they're going to do what they want to anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And what issues are important for you as someone who's lived and grown up, I'm assuming, in Birmingham as well?
I have grown up in Birmingham. I think the most important issue for me is we are still watching 7 minutes down the line a genocide happening.
So for me, I think this Labour Party is no longer a party of the working class. They are trying to be everything to everybody, and when you are, then you unfortunately aren't anything to anybody. And that's what we are seeing, especially when we've got a leader like Keir Starmer, who seems to be flip-flopping. I mean, he's called within Westminster Mr. Flip-Flop, because, you know, Mr. Hindsight, because he's one of those that goes where the wind takes him and what the headlines are there for the morning.
But what about the local domestic issues?
Yeah, the local issues, for example, the NHS waiting list, the reduction of it, early intervention to knife crime, scrapping the two-child benefit system, supporting small businesses. These are just few of my pledges.
Education, tax, being more involved with the people.
For me, I think knife crime in general is a big tag for people. Also, unemployment is a big thing. Education, housing, immigration. The list is endless. And you know, the fact that Birmingham City Council is also now bankrupt, they are now completely decimating services. So you know, we are paying extortionate council tax, but we are getting half of the services that we did even last year.
But we're talking about a bankrupt council, though, aren't we?
Yeah, council's fully bankrupt.
But so how do you, as Akhmed Yakoob, come in play into that then?
The council is fully bankrupt. They are mismanaging the funds.
Yeah.
They saw it coming.
Yeah.
They knew that they had to keep up with some pension pledges. They knew that their funds are getting mismanaged.
Yeah.
They should have utilized their funds properly. at the head of the council should be someone with a sound brain who has business knowledge and business understanding.
And is that what you...
Me as a businessman, I've already shown people what I can do in terms of my business, Morris Andrews Solicitors, which was a firm that was winding down, about to close off. And I've taken it from there all the way into, you know, competition with the big firms around the country.
Right.
So if I could do that with a business, I'm sure I can do that with the constituency. I campaigned only for 4 weeks. But I was relatable to the youngsters. Youngsters have never come out or took any interest in any elections in the UK.
Yeah.
And I think I was the first person in the United Kingdom to get youngsters out to vote.
Yeah.
And for them generally to have an interest with elections.
But do voters trust Akhmed Yakoob?
So I think Akhmed Yakoob is using a lot of the genocide to draw attention to himself. He's using the genocide to become more popular. That's not somebody you want representing you in an election, because they haven't got your best interests at heart. They've got their own. And I think he's got his own interests at the forefront.
Yeah.
Why would you want somebody like that representing you?
This area suffers from a lot of issues. Youth violence, high poverty, child poverty. Some would say it's even suffered under the Conservative government of the last decade or so. But a lot of what you've said is about Gaza. I saw in your leaflet in your office just now, you spoke about Gaza, you spoke about Kashmir, and you spoke about Khalistan. How do you respond to those claims or critics who say you're only there for an international issue and not the people here?
I keep going on about the neglect of the inner city areas in Birmingham. I am focused on Ladywood as well as Gaza. Gaza, I mean, we can't forget Gaza. How can we forget Gaza from our lives? We can't. If you are human, you can't, isn't it?
In last 2-3 years, they have a lot of demonstrations in the favor of Gaza, but I haven't seen him anywhere there. So how can we expect him when the voting is coming and if he is elected, that after the elections he will raise the voice for the Gaza? Because in last 2-3 years, I haven't seen in any demonstrations, any other platforms raising the voice. This is just for to get the intention of the people. Otherwise, nothing.
Some would say that you are here to only represent Muslims. Is that true?
No, that is not true. During the mayoral election, I gave a speech in a Gurdwara. I went to synagogues. I went to Hindu temples. I went to Ladywood Methodist Church. So the answer to that is no. No, I'm not here to only represent Muslims. I'm here to represent every single constituent in Ladywood, whether you're a Muslim or non-Muslim or whether you have no faith.
Ahmed, how's the response been so far on the doorstep?
Who do you know, Government?
Yeah?
Alhamdulillah. Like now, the doors that we've been knocking, every single door that's open, they don't need convincing. When they see me, straight away, those that know me, they welcome me and they say thank you for coming. And those that don't know me, they're quite shocked and surprised that a potential MP candidate is actually coming knocking doors.
But do you think you can do it?
I know I can do it, man, inshallah, because I want to be in the corridors of power and represent the constituents of Ladywood. I want places like Borsalith West to be spoken about in the House of Commons. I want places like Alam Rock to be spoken about in the House of Commons. I want places like Ladywood to be spoken about in the House of Commons. Like Niches to be spoken about, like Newtown to be spoken about, Bosley Green to be spoken about. I want these kind of things to happen. I'm not here to take a salary or anything like that. I'm doing this specifically for a purpose, and that's to serve the people of Ladywood.